Yo, what's going on? As you can see, we are without a co-host today. First off, thank you for listening to another episode of Late to the Party with Dody and Reggie. I am Reggie. Shout out to my man Dody. Had a little family thing going on. We was talking on the last episode about having somebody step in for this week, but didn't work out and it's my son. He just got other things he doing today, right? So it's just gonna be me and y'all. It's just gonna be us. I ain't even gonna try to take up all your time. I do wanna go through a few things that has been going on. Um, One of the main things right now, and I know we just gonna jump right into it. One of the, you know, I was about to get into before we get into the Dirk situation, right? Because I don't really want to. Let's go ahead and go through that because I really don't want to speak too much on the Dirk situation, right? And we'll probably speak on a little bit more once Dody is here. But if y'all haven't heard, they caught him on allegedly murder for hire, right? And you don't even know if you're using that right at times, but they caught him for murder for hire for the hit on Quando Rondo and where his homeboy got killed in the situation. Um, that's been a lot of talk of the news week right now, especially in the hip hop community. And one of the reasons I've been thinking about it is, as you see, Dirk was seemingly changing things around, right? And of course, no matter what you changing around, if the dirt was done, is gonna catch up with you. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of, you look at some of the young men, and he's older now, but we know he's from Chicago, and we all hear how the Chicago streets are. So it was good to see him seemingly turning around, no matter if it seemed too late to some, because we seen Chief Keef years ago. Chief Keef started popping, whether he was forced out of the city, whether he was told he can't come back to his neighborhood. He took that and was like, if I can't come back to my neighborhood, then I won't come back to my neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? And I know that hurts some of us where we from. You know what I'm saying? Because we speak of once we get it, we're gonna come back and we're gonna try to make everybody it. Sometimes you just gotta leave stuff alone. So, and not knowing if this was what caused everything, but they do got him on that. But it was seemingly, like I said, Dirk was seemingly trying to change things around. And if I'm not mistaken, his album was due to be released. Lil Durk had Deep Thoughts dropping on November 22nd. Um, so with everything that's going on, and seemingly that the OTF, the label, some of the funds from the label was used for plane tickets, rental cars, things of that nature. So it will be interesting to see if that album still drop. And if it does drop, if they seize or if they freeze all assets and all that, what happens with that income from that album? You get what I'm saying? So it will be interesting to see what happened with that. And I'm not here to talk on the free Dirk. I'm not here to talk on the he didn't deserve, because whatever happened has happened. Thoughts and prayers to everybody. Because and again, don't really want to speak on certain things without being either knowledgeable about all of it or definitely not in the situation. But we speak at times, free so and so. But it gets to a point where that the family grievances and stuff. So we just kind of put that to the side and free Dirk, free slime, free. You know what I'm saying? And I understand on one hand, it's even sillier or funnier to see fans getting all up in arms when we don't know these people. Me and my brother say that all the time. Me and Dody say that all the time. We don't know these people. We are merely speaking on what's in the open, and a lot of times just giving our opinions on what is what is out there, what we know. You know what I'm saying? So that has been a talk of the town, and the talk of the town, like y'all down the street. But that has been the talk of right now in the hip hop community. So before I really deep dive into it, I would like to have my Dody here with me. So as this week, come upon us, and more stuff start to come out, you know what I'm saying? Because it will be interesting to see how they link it to dirt. You know what I'm saying? They say they got people that was wiring wires and all that stuff. Because on one hand, it's like you'd be like, oh, your money was used in the flights, the rental cars, and all that stuff. But it's like, yo, that's my dude. I gave him the card. You know what I'm saying? He booked that flight. He did that. But it will be interesting to see how this plays out. Thoughts and prayers to everybody involved. Dirk and his family. I know he got kids. Quando Rondo, I know he wasn't the one, but that was who supposedly the hit was out. I seen he made a post too, saying that he forgive him for the murder of his friend. You know what I'm saying? And that could be a bit of like, now that you in this situation, I forgive you, but we'll see how it plays out with you. Or it could be actual, damn, I forgive you, but you still got to go through this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But either way, it'll be more to be revealed. So as this week come along, the next week when my brother is back with me, we'll be able to talk about that a little bit more. But while we was talking about album releases, right? We still got a few more. What's this? It's October, end of October. We got 2 more months left. October, November, December. Two more months left. You know what I'm saying? But there's been a lot of talk about other albums that is coming out. You got Absol coming out on November 8th. Maxo Cream coming out. You have Corday dropping. You have the Dirk album, if it still comes out. There's talks about a West Side Gun album. There's Kanye threatening an album. I thought Drake and Party Next Door will be dropping in the month of October, considering OVO, all that stuff, and that was kind of the talk. But maybe it'll come November or whatever. This is, with that being an R&B sounding, I believe, an R&B sounding album, that'll be more of a winter album, something you can cozy up with your people, your spouse with, right? The big release that's happening tomorrow, right? So I'm recording this on Sunday, like we usually do. The big album release is coming from Tyler the Creator, right? Tyler the Creator had about a week ago, he put out a snippet of something, right? And he has been continuously rolling out. He got the festival that he got. He put out Noid, which he put out a video with as well, and then he put out the full version on streaming platforms. He put out that he has a tour, which Paris, Texas is performing or on tour with him, which I don't know who they are. I'm gonna look into them a little bit. But then you also got Yachty going on tour with him, right? Also with that, he drops another single. Like, it's like Tyler Creator has been, he's prepared and he's working. So Chromacopia is the big release that's dropping tomorrow. And the people, you cannot make everybody happy, right? Usually albums come out on Friday, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. nighttime, blah, blah, blah. Tyler's whole thing, there was an interview with him back in the day where he was wanting albums to start releasing back on Tuesdays. Back in the day, albums came out on Tuesdays, right? So that's when he's dropping it on, but he's dropping it on a Monday, let you start the week off. But instead of 12, 12 at night, he's doing it 6 in the morning. People are complaining about the release of the time release. Like, who's gonna be up at that? Y'all know you don't have to stay up. You don't have to wake up at 6. The album's gonna be there, right? I have pre-ordered it. So me and my son's favorite artist is, and that's why I wanted him here for this episode, because his favorite artist is Tyler Creator. So We pre-ordered. They had a package, right? So I pre-ordered a package for him for his birthday, right? And then for me, I'm starting my. If y'all been listening, I'm starting my CD collection. So I pre-ordered the CD, and then also he put out that he got vinyls. So then we pre-ordered a vinyl. So from the Smith family alone, he already got three three sales, right? And it's going to be interesting if they count these sales towards his first week, because with it being a short week, because since he's coming out on Monday, it's a shorter week. But everybody get caught up on the numbers of how many albums or how many sales he have in the first week. So with that being a shorter week, it'll be interesting to see if they count those in the first week sales or just overall sales, right? Because I know when we pre-ordered the vinyl, there was the number was 100,000 vinyls. He sold out of the vinyls. So already right there, you at 100,000 for the first week. Short week, but if you still get that big number that people looking for, it look good if you hit number one also in a short week. But that is a big album. So a few other rumors of the album though is Chromacopia, Tyler the Creator. A few of the rumors is that he won't have any features. And not a rumor, but he produced it all, he engineered it, he arranged it. The visuals have been very, very interesting. So it will be interesting to see which way he takes this album. Also including that the first two singles that he released, they're two totally different sounding songs. You know what I'm saying? He's rapping on both of them, but it's just the different angles. You know what I'm saying? And on the second release, so the second release of the second song that he dropped is called "They Thought I Was Dead" or "Thought I Was Dead" or something like that. And he says something on that, and people are automatically running and saying that he's dissing Ian, which he did an interview, and somebody said he was dissing Ian when he was saying that white rappers are acting like us, blah blah blah. It's just funny because I never took it as him dissing Ian. If y'all ever heard of Ian, I never took it as that, but it seems like the world has took it on their shoulders to be like, that's definitely who he's dissing. But maybe he'll clear that up. But the two songs that he have released is two different sounding songs, two different sounding styles. So it will be interesting to see how he goes with it, right? I'm a Tyler fan. I don't know if I really care as much for the album if it's only him. I would like to hear some features. You know what I'm saying? Um, of course, everybody's calling out Kendrick and all that. I don't. If Kendrick's on the album, Kendrick's one of my favorite rappers. Cool. I'm not really looking for that. I'm more looking for the Schoolboy Q's. If I hear a West Side Gun, I want to hear something like that. I want to hear Frank Ocean. I want to hear Earl Sweatshirt. I want to hear some of those that um, make a little bit more sense to me. Instead of Kendrick, I would actually want to hear Baby King, right? Baby King has been hiding, and I know since he's with Kendrick, I guess they got that plan together of let's just release, disappear, and then we'll pop back out. We need music, man. We need music. But on the releases, that is the biggest release coming out this week. And then we'll see if so even though it is a short week, people don't like to release with certain people, right? He releasing on a Monday. If he release on Friday, he gets his sales out the way. Cool. And then that opens up the next week for people to release on Friday. When you release on Monday, or the Monday or Tuesday, that's a lot closer to the next Friday. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody stays on their actual release date for next week, or they move it because of Tyler still on a shorter week. People, maybe them numbers are still going to look a little bit different, a little bit bigger. Going into the second week of album sales. Although I think we got to get off of album sales, man. I think I think people focus on album sales way too much, and it's letting you dictate. You letting the numbers dictate whether you should either listen to the album or like the album or like the music or give it a chance. Like, just listen to it. If you like the artist, listen to it. If you don't listen to it. You get what I'm saying? Or if you're looking for something new, just listen to it. I don't think the numbers are the end all to if something is good. The it all started with it all started back in the day with Kanye West and 50 Cent, where they battled for to see who sell the most in the first week. I don't think as a consumer you should be focusing on if the artist sold a certain amount, because you don't know what that actually means, because a lot of us don't know if the artist is independent, what they splits are. So it don't matter to a certain extent. But I see, especially since the battle with Kendrick and Drake, that's been the number one. Anytime I'm going back and forth with somebody, it's yeah, but Drake sold more. Okay, but let's talk about it like nope, Drake sold more. If you go into any other thing about it, or if you say a Pulitzer Prize or Grammys or hip hop awards, no one cares about that because Drake sold more, right? So once you and also if you arguing with somebody and they start talking about who sold more, who got more money, they won. Just just let it be. Although I'm not debating with you to change your mind, but just let it be. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get off the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you see what happened when you Dody, you see what happened when you leave me by myself. I'm just going. I ain't got no one is the loneliest number. Also, since we own music and Kendrick just did an interview with SZA. He did it in a fashion magazine, I believe, Harper's Bazaar. I'm not really here to talk about the interview because first off, I didn't really read it. I don't really care to read the interview, honestly. Somebody told me, "Oh, how you gonna be a fan of Kendrick and you don't want to read the interview?" I don't really care. I don't. I want some music, or if you're gonna do an interview, do an interview. Blah, blah. I don't really care. Um, but a lot of people are upset that he didn't do it with a hip hop outlet. Now, for me, that go two different ways. All right. I do understand the hate. I don't understand the bashing of it because it's not like he hasn't done hip hop interviews. And I'm not even talking about back in the day when he did Big Boy and all that. He just did a B Dot interview last year. Nobody nobody talks about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to B Dot, Elliott Wilson, some of the best interviewers, right? Now Elliott wasn't there, but he did do an interview with B Dot. So yes, I do also understand like we mad at you because your whole talk of the year, which is why I was talking about the hip hop awards, your whole talk of the year was been the culture. You know what I'm saying? So on one end, all that talk about the culture, but then the first time you speak, it is not in a culture magazine. I don't know a lot about Harper's Bazaar. I did look up and see that a black woman is editor in chief, but also being black doesn't technically mean hip hop either, though. You get what I'm saying? So, but then on the other side, let's expand it though. You know what I'm saying? Let's expand this world that because only now, especially after the beef, only now is everybody under a microscope of everything you do has to be the way that you portray it 100%. That's just not how that's not how things go. You get what I'm saying? Because on one hand, we don't know his plan. We don't know if he plans to sit down with Big Boy. Big Boy is I know a lot of people say he could sit down with Joe Budden or he could sit down with so and so. I think Big Boy will be the first one to get that hip hop culture interview once Kendrick does actually start the rollout of the album. Um, so that, that still remain to be seen. You know what I'm saying? But he also just can be expanding his reach. It, I don't think that's a bad thing. I understand, like, you've been talking about the culture, give us the culture, but I also understand, let's expand it a little bit though, right? Let's expand it. But also with this interview, do, and again, y'all not talking to me, I ain't got nobody, but do we need our bigger artists to do more interviews? Do we want the Drakes, the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the Rihanna's, the Kendricks? Do they need to sit down and do interview after interview after interview? Maybe when something is coming out, I would like to see how Kendrick rolls out the movie he's working on. With the album is kind of solidified. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. When he dropped the album, he can go sit with a big boy, and then go sit with an Angie Martinez and drop the album. Cool, we good. I would like to see how he rolls out the movie that he's doing with the creators of South Park, though. Because now you're stepping into a territory that, and maybe it's not, but then you're stepping into that movie territory of sitting with the Jimmy Kimmels and the late night shows like that. So I would like to see how that go. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see how that go. But do we need interviews more often? Me personally, I wouldn't mind one interview, one interview every now and then, just to, because me as a music fan, I do like to hear you talk. But if you don't have nothing going on, who cares? You know what I'm saying? I don't think we should know everything that's going on in the creator's life or stuff like that. Also, speaking of the people judging albums on numbers, how do we feel about judging rollouts? Focusing on number sales and focusing on the artist doing a rollout used to never be a thing for a majority of people. Some of us would notice when they would start doing a rollout because they would be doing interviews and stuff like that. But now with the way that the internet is, your rollout has to be so in your face. This Tyler the Creator rollout, I like it because it's so quick. He's not letting up off the gas. He's just going, he's going. He dropped a snippet, dropped a single, dropped a tour, dropped another single, dropped, like, every single day he's doing something to keep you engaged for the week. And I like that because it's only been a 10-day rollout. Now, you haven't even had the chance to forget that he's dropping. And that, maybe that's a crazy thing, because if he would have put out that he's dropping and then just step back, people will forget. The way that time is moving, people will forget in 10 days that somebody just told you that they dropping. 10 days, you'll forget, right? So maybe, anyway, I was about to go, but he been keeping his foot on the gas every day. But people are starting to, and this is why I need to get off Twitter. Because when I say people, I'm usually just talking about X. I'm usually just talking about people. You see me look this way, I'm usually just talking about people on X or on Twitter. People saying this, because you start to see so much of the same talking points that you gather it, even though it's not even from reputable sources. You start gathering it like, oh, everybody feels this way. But people are judging rollouts. And I put that in the same category as the numbers for the week. Do you like the music? Do you like the music? Like, I think we should focus on that, because there are artists that have put out an album, sell 10,000 copies. Now, to somebody else, that would be a fail. Not even to other musicians. I'm talking about to other fans who not knowing about this following that this person might have. To them, that would be a fail. But also over here to this artist who has a fan base, who can do shows every week, who is independent, that's a win. Me selling 10,000 copies signed to Def Jam is totally different than me selling 10,000 as an independent artist. I just think we need to listen to the music, and if you like the music, just like the music. That should be the main focus. You get what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, that's I have other things I want to touch on, but pause. But sometimes, and some of this stuff we're gonna touch back on again next week. You know what I'm saying? Um, Usually I don't get, or we don't get political at all, right? And I'm not even going to really dive deep into this political race. But one of the founders of Death Row stepped on stage at a Trump rally, and saying, that they endorsing Trump. I don't really care who you vote for. It has nothing to do with me. But my question is, because all he was saying was thank you for uh, getting me out of prison. And it seems like that's what a lot of talking points are for either side. On this side, she put people in jail as a prosecutor, but on this side, he got me out of jail. You know what I'm saying? How do we feel about that? How do we feel about? And I guess once you, because if your homie do something for you, because like the dirt thing, right? They said that the one that was wearing a wire, supposedly, allegedly, Dirt gave him 50 bands when he first came home, blah, 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 right? Got his house straight, got his whatever. If your man did that for you, on most instances, you loyal. You boom, that's my man. I'm riding with him. So maybe that holds weight also to these people, right? To certain people. She didn't come and do nothing. Biden and them didn't come and do nothing, but he did. So maybe that whole way. I just thought that was interesting, because a lot of talking points that I hear is either he gave us $1,200 during the pandemic, which okay, but no, he didn't, or he got me out of jail, or he got. It's always funny when I hear somebody say, "Yeah, but he got Kodak out of jail." Nigga, you don't know. Nigga, you don't know Kodak. You don't know that man. But I just thought it was funny. I seen that it say the founder of Death Row. I don't even know that. Like, when you look it up, you don't got no name. Shout out to my man Elon Musk though. My dude Elon Musk be out there jump. If Trump get in there, Elon is taking all this AI stuff. He take it to the next level. That's gonna be in schools. That's gonna be in your books. How to build an AI machine. Hey, Mr. Musk, we found out that them robots at that event was controlled by humans. Hey, hey, I can't build one, so you still better off than me. I definitely don't think those taxes and stuff is coming. You talking about some under $30,000. Your car's right now over $30,000. How you gonna get a self-driving car under $30,000? Nevertheless, right? Um, but yeah, so That's all. That's really all that's going on this week, man. The main talk is Dirk and Tyler the Creator. That's the talk of the town. Now, we ain't gonna do this too often, but every now and then things might happen. You might get my man by himself. You might get me by myself. But I'm trying to see if anything else that I miss. I know that's crazy because I just logged on to X or Twitter, and all the talk is waiting for uh Tyler to drop. But either way, next week we will be. I don't have a review this week. Next week we will be reviewing Tyler the Creator, Chromacopia, Dody. Make sure you listen to it. I don't know what time it'll be on Spotify, but I guarantee it'll be on it'll be on Apple first. But make sure make sure you listening. This episode will be out about 5 o'clock. So if y'all listening to this early, y'all got about another hour. So listen to this and then boom, go to Tyler. Y'all let us know what y'all think about the album as well. So that's what we will be reviewing next week. A little shorter episode this week, and I appreciate y'all for listening to another episode of Late to the Party with Dody and Reggie. I am Reggie. Shout out to my man Dody. And yeah, we'll be back one of these days. Holla at us next week. Peace.